Okay, here we go. Okay, hello everybody. We're going to wait for just a couple minutes for folks to start. This is week 2. We're going to be playing with polygons and looking at a marvelous machine, the embroidery machine. I have a brother, SE600, so the photos are going to be from there. So what you can do is open up TurtleStitch and sign in. And if you want to be ready for the first activity, you can search for Susan Concentric Circles or find me. I'm Zach Boston on the TurtleStitch, and you can save that concentric circles in your account and rename it if you like.
If you go to the search and type in whatever the name that Susan Concentric Circles, and then click on it, it will load into your workspace. Then save it so you can play with it and own it. Does that make sense?
Don't worry if it looks like a mess. I'm getting my tea. Don't worry if it looks like a mess. We're going to build it, but I wanted to have all the building blocks there so we could do it fairly quickly. Okay. How many people are on the Zoom now, Cynthia?
13, including you and me. And also
Okay.
there are 10.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we'll go on. Okay, first thing we want you to do is put your name and your TurtleStitch username in the chat. We'd like to be able to spy on you. No, it appears in new, and it helps if we find something cool that you've done and we want to comment on it, so we know who you are. So put your username.
I'm going to change that to say we'd like to find something you've done.
Yes.
We probably will think it's cool, even if you don't.
True. It's true. Okay, I've got my Irish breakfast tea here, and I'm ready to roll. Okay, here we go. All right. Especially if you're a teacher and you're not Cynthia, you might like TurtleStitch jokes, and the kids often really love TurtleStitch jokes. So I'm going to put a few of them in the next couple of sessions. So what do you do at the beginning of a TurtleStitch activity? A tutorial. Ooh. And then what do you call a TurtleStitch turtle that won't do what you want it to do with your code? A turtle. All right. So we're going to start with some stuff from last week. Now, Sherry from Lafayette, Louisiana, asked me to print out her design. I only had one person ask me to print out their design. So here's what I sent her, and she got it. And I used variegated rainbow thread, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I sewed on a little heart button I had, and I mounted it on a laser cut wood frame because I work in a fab lab. So I hope a few more of you will ask me, who don't have machines, will ask me to print out their designs today, because it would be very cool. Oh, Andrew did a similar design. Okay, now let me escape this. Okay, Andrew did a similar design. So here's his design. I'm going to show you how he built it. You can see over here he has 3 pick randoms, and we're going to layer each one. So I'm going to reset. There's his first one. Now I'm going to take that one out and put in the second one. Okay, and now I'm going to put that there. Okay, and then I'm going to take that one out and put the last one in.
No, I'll wait.
Well, you don't really have to do that. You can just click a couple of times, and because it's a random pick, it will change.
No.
Right. Well, what he did that was interesting here, I thought, was that he chose the limits of his pick random to be different.
No, please. Not yet.
Okay.
There's
So,
someone that needs to
Good.
silence their background. Okay.
so you can find this, you have a link, you can find this in the class, in the email I sent you. Okay, we're going to go to concentric circles. Okay, we had first, before we go to concentric circles, did anybody have something that they made this week that they want to share? 15 new messages. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. No, nobody has anything, Cynthia. Or they're shy. What do you think? Oh, we're going to go back. Okay. So
once we have their names and logins, we can choose.
okay. So we're going to go
The
back.
question is, do you mean the circus or the thing you did last week to present?
What if you
Whatever
made
they
something
worked
cool
on
with-
at home. Whatever
Okay.
they did at home.
So I'm a volunteer here at this media festival, youth media festival, and Paul taught me that I could present my first making, very short. So maybe
Go ahead.
it's
Share your screen and show us.
okay. So wait a second. Ganzer Bildschirm
The
freigeben.
green thing, click on it.
Yep, I know, but this is Ubuntu, so I'm not that concerned.
Oh,
There
Should
we
work now.
go. We've got you.
got
So
Oh my gosh, look at this.
it's like my first thing I did. So
Yes.
maybe for the beginning, I'm
run it.
Christian.
Run
Yep,
circle.
I could. Yes. So this is a flower. Yes, Paul taught me. Maybe you could
lot.
try it. I was working with 3D printers and laser cutters. So with a stitching machine, it was completely new for me. Yes, so I thought maybe I could do a flower for my girlfriend, so an alternative flower, not a classic flower that I could gift her. And this is the result of it. Yes, Paul said to me that I could tell about how it was, how I would feel to do it. Yes, for the beginning, it was a bit. I'm longer not at school. I'm studying political science, so mathematic things are not really my favorite stuff. I would say. So it was a bit of a try with the angles, the degrees, and the radius. Was a lot of trying until my mathematics skills got freshed up a bit, so I could use my mathematic knowledge to put the right angles and the right degrees into these boxes. So first I thought I need the base of a flower, the green stuff, and put in a circle. This is this one where we have it at the arc radius 30 and 360 degrees. These are some mathematic things that I remember. So a whole circle has 360 degrees. This was the maximum I reached. And the rest was everything else was trying until I find out how this program works and freshed up a little bit of my mathematics skills. So this is how I done it.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing.
Yes,
You're welcome.
save it somewhere and tell us what it's called, so where it is. So
Yeah,
we
you can put it in the chat.
What do you mean? What do you mean to share it? I put my
Click
Oops.
on more,
Yes.
and then you'll
More.
see something called the chat.
Where I find more. Ah, you mean into Zoom?
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
what,
I put my username. I put my username in it. It's Maker. It's cool. It's the account of Paul.
and
Oh,
So
what's the project called?
the project called Blume in German flower. I can paste it
No,
right
no,
in.
leave it. Bluma is fine. That's
Okay.
lovely. Thank you. So
You're welcome.
we can play with it behind your back.
I would be pleased. So if there are any results, send it to Paul. I'm happy to see what you maybe can do better and make it.
We can't do better, but we can do different.
Yes, yes, different. Different is the better word. You're right.
okay, great. I just put a link in the chat, and you should go to it because we had a question last week about how you build concentric circles. And we're going to do that. And this link is going to look real messy like this. Okay, let's see if I can move this down so I can show you. Okay, so you can follow along and make it with me if you like. Save it as your own, okay? Maybe do a save as so that you'll have it. Okay, so basically, we're going to start with this arc radius 25, and you're going to make a circle. Now, in the motion palette, you'll see down here, there's a change Y by 10. And I'm going to change Y by, a distance. I'm going to take that out for now. 25. Okay. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change Y, but it's leaving a path. I don't want a path. So I'm going to put in a pen up and a pen down to sandwich it. So if I reset it, I have a jump stitch there, right? So this is the key step for doing this. So then I'm going to take my arc radius. I'm going to add, you see, I've changed Y by 25. So I'm going to add 25 to my original radius, which makes it 50. Okay. And there's another concentric circle. Yay. So if you want 3 of them, I've put them all down here. You can just link them all together.
Ugh.
And this is sort of what I call the railroad method. You just keep doing this. Now, what if you wanted to be neater with your code? Well, we're going to make 3 of them. So you can go to repeat, and we're going to repeat whatever we're going to do 3 times. And we're going to add, to make it more tinkerable, we're going to add some variables. So let's add radius. And let me just get rid of this. Okay. Radius, and we're going to set radius, and our original radius was 25. And I'm going to get rid of it on the screen. And then I'm going to make another variable that's distance.
Susan, could you make the type a little bigger?
Yes, I can do that. No problem. Okay. 1.5, 1.75. How's that? Is that a little better?
Yes.
Okay. So then we're going to set the distance. The distance is the distance between the circles, and that's the change Y by. So we're going to make that 25. Okay. Good. So now what we're going to repeat 3 times is I'm going to duplicate this. And so I'm going to put radius in here. Let me move this over. Right? And degrees is going to be 360. Absolutely. And then I'm going to grab this one, duplicate, and put it under here. And we're going to change it by the distance. Right? Oh, I don't think we need this one. Okay. Okay. So let's see if this code works. It may or may not work. I'm going to reset it and then set. Oops. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Change Y by distance. And then there's one more code. I have to change why it doesn't work is I have to change the radius to radius plus distance. Okay, now let's see if this works. Did I do it right, Cynthia?
Click on reset. I don't know. Run. Click reset and now run.
Oh, no. Okay, radius plus distance. Change Y by distance. What did I do wrong?
Take out change radius by distance. Leave it that way. Change radius by distance.
Oh, that's why. I just need to do distance.
Yeah.
See, but this
Do
is
a reset, please.
Yes, this is how you do it. There you go.
But the bug you made is a bug that all of us make. And so it's very nice that you showed it.
Yes. So if you click on this one now, you have this, and now you can play with this. Let's say I want 8. Right? And you can change the distance. Let's change the distance to 5 and see what happens. So the second one I did is a cleaner code and it's more tinkerable because I have made these global variables. Any questions? So now I think we've taken care of.
So I had a question. It has to do with the stitching. So when you're changing the radius of those circles, is it the same number of stitches all the way around each time, or is it different number of stitches as the circles get bigger?
Different number of stitches as the circles get bigger. Oh, yeah.
How come?
Because the arcs get bigger.
So the number of stitches is controlled by the stitch length. Just a second, I'll share my screen again and go back. But
Really
this is a great question. Okay, let me go back to I know you can see my screen. No, that's not that one. Okay, this one. So if you look up here at running stitches, and they're going to make one running stitch every 10 steps. So there's more steps in a bigger circle.
I have another suggestion. Do you see, and it's hard to see online, but on your computer, you can see under the stage, there's something called stitches, jumps, and size.
Yeah.
And if you look at stitches, Susan, do me a favor, please, and change the distance to 10. Click reset. Would you, oh, sorry. I wanted you to remember what this number of stitches were. Run it now. how many stitches there? I can't read it.
Oh, 324 stitches.
Okay, change the radius, the starting radius, and see what happens to, like, yeah, 50. And
Okay, we had 324 stitches.
yeah,
Now we have 432. So it added about 15 stitches.
so even if I can't count, it does.
Yes, it's true. That's a really good point, Cynthia. Okay, so we're going to go back here and let me share my slideshow. So we're going to talk a little bit about, I think, is this where we talk about the machine?
Well, you're just going to talk about, because this goes, you should have talked about this right after you showed the variegated thread design by the
Oh,
lady
yeah.
in Louisiana. So you could save this and talk about it
For when we do.
later. It just got it. This just shows you there are different threads you can get for your machine. And the one that Susan used is the one standing up, but is the one in the first picture standing up. The others are leaning against it. That's that variegated thread. It's a multicolor thread. And I never know how it's going to look. Susan is very good at knowing how it's going to look. But it's always a surprise to me. And this was a beautiful surprise to me, that thread made that design. Okay. That's.
Yep. And you can get variegated threads in a single color. So you can see the one that I used was a rainbow. It goes through all the colors of the rainbow. But the ones on the that are leaning on the outside, one is orange with different shades of orange, and one is green. Oh, this green one I really love. It's one of my favorites. And the middle one is a variegated thread that has only 3 colors in it instead of the rainbow.
You don't have to get variegated. My favorite color is white,
Which is on the right screen. So you can get lots of different colors in single colors. And what's cool, you don't use regular sewing thread. And why is that you can, but your designs will turn out even better with embroidery thread, because you see it has this little sheen to it. And that's what makes embroidery thread different than sewing thread. Sewing thread doesn't have that sheen.
Susan, you are now going to go just over the TurtleStitch homepage.
Okay, the TurtleStitch homepage. Got you. Excellent. All right, let me go get back my thing. Okay, so escape. Thank you for telling me that, because I don't have that up. Okay, we just wanted to tell you a little bit about more about the homepage. So here's your homepage, and we went over.
Susan, excuse me, could you share your screen?
Oh, my screen isn't shared. Okay, thank you. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. Okay, let me. Okay. We went over the top part of the homepage. So this is just turtlestitch.org. Okay. But if you go down, Cynthia and I really like to look. You can see they have some featured code up there. You can see Cynthia did one and Elaine did one. And
you did one.
Oh, I did one too. Live Love Code. That's one of my favorites. So you also can see here under newest that it will show you, and you can click on it like this. Oh, we did a lot of stuff. Okay. So you can click on show all, and you can scroll down and see what people have been doing. And if there's one that interests you, you can you can click
Susan,
on.
scroll up, please. Scroll up. See, Etta, for example, has saved, as Susan suggested, the Susan concentric circle. And I appreciate that. So if she went away and came back, she could click on this. Susan, click on it.
Which one?
Where Etta is one of our members. You see, no, up one, please. Up one, up. It's
Up.
this, yeah.
Yeah,
there
oh, I
it is.
see. Here we go. So I can click on her project.
And it tells, oh, well, you went too fast. Now close it. She can do that, but okay. Do you see where it says derived from? Isn't that interesting?
So it will tell you if you remix somebody's project,
Yeah, it's
will
really
say what project you remixed it from.
yeah. Okay, go back and finish the
Okay, so there's some featured interesting ones, and then there's a whole menu of getting started in here. So there are a bunch of projects there. Again, you can use the show all.
don't believe it, that's all.
Okay, yeah, you have to keep going. So down here at the bottom, there are some cards that people have done and tutorials that people have done, and you can use this offline. Like if you don't have Wi-Fi at your school or where you're at, there's an offline version that you can load on your computer.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
And now it's you, right, Cynthia?
Yeah, so I'm going to try to share my screen right away and find what is this me? Goodness. Okay, let's see what this is. Share. Oh, you are sharing. I see that. Oh dear.
Did you share your screen instead of your tab instead of your screen?
I'm just very clumsy, which is I have to get to I don't know what I do. I'm at a loss.
Well, click on some of the other tabs. At the top.
I'm going to have to open. That's what I'm going to have to do.
Okay.
Because maybe I'm not signed in.
You're not signed in,
Oh,
Cynthia?
I'm not logged in here. That's why. Leave this site.
Okay.
Now I'm getting logged in. And now I can open. I want to open Spoke One. See, I have a lot of saved projects.
Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat, okay? A link in the chat, because you can go here
Susan, just let me talk, okay?
but they need to get to this
They
project.
don't need to till I get there.
Okay.
Okay. This is Spokes 2. I didn't want Spokes 2. So I'm going to have to open. Sorry,
It's okay. Spokes 1 is what I just put in the chat.
fine, Susan.
There you go.
Spokes 1. This is the one that I want. And now I'd like it if you opened your Spokes 1, open Spokes 1 and made it yours, okay? Because this is a review of what we did last week. And I set the number of spokes to 12, the radius of the inner circle to 50, the spoke direction. Well, let me just run this. the spoke direction was each spoke is 90 degrees off the arc. Okay. And then I made the spoke size. I'm sorry. I have a hard time with this thing. Okay. The spoke size, the length of the spoke is 200 steps. Okay. And do you all remember this from last week? Thank you for giving me feedback. I'm one that needs feedback. I get lost without it. What I wanted to do, I think with this screen, I'm going to unshow the variables, okay? It makes it easier. What I'd like to do with you is substitute the straight line, the spoke that is a straight line, for a spoke that has words. And the nice thing about Turtle Stitch is in the motion panel, in the motion palette, there is something called draw, text whatever, and in size whatever, okay? And it also lets you find out what the length of that text is. So let's put some word in here. What I played with was the words beautiful and day. And I'm going to continue. So I'm typing in BAUTIFUL space day. And the size, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to click on running stitch and draw text. Do you see? Can you see that?
No,
That's what I thought. So I'm going to make it bigger. That's why I'm going to change the size. Like, I'm going to change the size to what? What's a good size? I'm going to make the size 50. I warn you, 50 is too big for what we're going to do, but there, now you can see it. Is that right? Now you can see it?
yes, I can see it.
And I can read it.
Oh, good. Now, in order to, what we're going to do is we want to bring the turtle back home where it started and figure out how long, what that length is. We type in here, beautiful day, and it's size 50. And now we can find out, well, anyway, here's what we're going to do. We draw text, and where we're going to do, let's make a new variable. And I call it
Cynthia,
spoke. What?
it would be easier for people to see. Right now, we can only see a part of your scripting area. Can you zoom out just a little bit to like 1.5?
Zoom out of what?
The size of your blocks.
Well,
Oh,
it's
goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can see what we can see, but we can only see a very part of the screen.
Well, I only wanted them to see a very part of the screen. It's
Okay.
my fault. I only wanted that.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to draw attention to these two things. Okay? And I wanted to show how I can now take the move. And what I want to do is go backwards. So I'm going to the same thing I did with the spoke size, subtract the text length from 0. So move goes negatively. Okay? And this is what happens. Do you follow that? Can you see that? Hello? Is that viewable?
Yes, I can view that.
Thank you. So I'm going to do this again. Let's change the size of this to like 25. And here, 25. So draw text. You might not be able to read the words, I'm sorry, but on your own screen, you'll be able to. But you can see that it gets the turtle back. So now let's look at this code. What we want to do is set up, you can see this code, is that correct?
Yes, now we can see it.
Thank you. Now, what we want to do is make a new variable. And I gave the name, you can give it any name you want. I chose the name spoke words. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is set spoke words to, if you don't mind, I'm going to stay with beautiful day. I hope it is beautiful day. And what I'm going to do is instead of moving spoke size steps, I'm going to extract that. I'm going to throw it away. Goodbye. And stick this there with spoke words, because they may not be beautiful day. Okay. And in here, all I have to do is replace spoke size with text length. Do you follow that? And now running stitch. I mean, reset. Well, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? It looks awful small to me, but the thing is, I look at size, and size says it's 10.72 centimeters by 10.72 centimeters.
Oh, too big.
Too big. So there are two ways of fixing it. One is we could make the radius of the center circle smaller and see if that works. Or we could make the size of the text smaller. Which should you want to do?
Size of the text.
Size of the text. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make it 23. I was going to try 24, but I decided to jump to 23. Still, 2 by 0.02. So I could try just changing. What happens if I make the radius 49? See if that works. Yes. Now the size is 9.98. How's that? So I'm going to ask you. Oh, I see. I made I can't see either, my friends. I made the radius really small. And I'm going to try that here. I'm going to make the radius. I made it in my example. I made it 10. And let's see what happens. What happens, if you can see that, is I'm going to make it bigger. What happens is the B disappears.
But it's such a pretty pattern.
Well, there is a slight fix we can do. We can also go back to, yes, one of the fixes we can do is change, add a space to the word and see if that works. Actually, one of the things Susan and I were playing with, I added a B and then a space because I liked that pattern, and see what happens. You can make your own patterns. Ooh, something happened. I did something. Something bad happened. What did I do?
Huh. That's an interesting bug because it says it set spoke direction to 90.
Yeah, I'm seeing some similar. There's some weird thing going on here. There's a
Yeah,
bug.
Walter, because it's it's not paying attention to the radius.
Oh, you didn't change the text length of Be Beautiful Day?
Why do I have to?
Under the repeat.
No, I don't.
It happened to mine as well.
Oh, you are so right. Oh, thank you. Do you see, this is so typical. I do this a lot too. Ugh, that's the bug. But I make that bug frequently, and you might too. So look, we're going to take.
Yeah.
Oh,
got
now
it.
you have the pretty design with the bees in the middle, and you can read Beautiful Day, but it's 10.22.
Okay, I'm going to go back to radius being 10 and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Yes, that's the fix for this. But I'd like you now to do some tinkering and make your own bugs. Is that right?
Yeah, try some different words on the outside. You could try your name.
See if you get stuck like I just did. So we give you 5 minutes to take spokes one and make it your own.
Does anybody want to share their screen and code online so we can see it?
Oh yeah, let me stop sharing.
Bela, is that how you pronounce it, Bila or Bela? Would you like to share? Since you had a lot of questions, Bela had a lot of questions. Okay, so go ahead and share your screen. It's the green button at the bottom. If you hover over the bottom of your screen, there's like a share screen, green button.
This is my screen you see now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, certainly
job.
is.
You might
Alright.
pull in your
Yeah.
to make it bigger. And you could unclick the variables. Go to variables
Right.
and unclick them so we can see what you're doing. Okay, good.
Your
Okay.
screen is better than my screen, I tell you that.
Okay, so you're gonna go to motion.
She's doing it. Let
She
her
is.
do it. We're going to,
Good. Exactly.
what are you going to set it to? Blah, 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 blah.
Something like that, right?
Yes.
Oh, no. What you want to do is type those words into there and then go to the variables and pull out spoke words.
Right.
Okay. Yep. And pull out another one.
Yeah. Good. 25 is good.
And
She's
stick it in.
good. You did good at teaching, Cynthia. Look at this. That's right. So right click on moves. Oh yeah, you got that. Oh, that one goes up top though.
No, I'm gonna try what I asked you.
Okay, cool. Ah, she's gonna try. Bayla asked if she could do spokes and alternate with lines.
Yep. She can, but she hasn't got it yet.
She will.
So it's interesting. I can't stand it. Yes.
So we're seeing what still seems to be a bug. Maybe you can help us debug our code.
Okay. Could
Can I
we
share my
see your
screen?
code?
Yeah.
Bayla, could you release the,
Yeah.
and then Walter is going to,
So you see our program?
now I do.
Okay. And it's when we have it set to text size 21, it does just what we expect. I'll reset and I'll just run it just so you can see. But if we change the text size to something else, say 12.
Oh, you can't do a minimum size you can do is 21.
Oh, okay. There we go.
That's
Got
a great bug.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it
Now-
doesn't say anywhere, but 21 is the minimum.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. That's what I needed to know then. Thank you.
Oh,
That
good.
explains why I did it.
Oh, but yours is lovely.
Yeah.
Of course, it's too big for our printer.
Right, right. So that was why I was trying to make the text size smaller, but
Yeah. Well, you could make the inner circle
circle
small.
smaller, right?
And you could, you know what, you could split the,
Yeah, we could make the words every other phrase. Every other
something like that, or yeah, indent or,
We'll figure it out.
yeah. Oh, thanks. So now you can unshare.
Yeah.
That's great. Yours is beautiful. I love it. Okay, Bayla, we want to see how far you've progressed without us
So we're
Okay, hold on.
interceding with Silly comments, yes.
Come on, hold on. Oh, there we go.
What we need now is two sets of words. So we need a new variable.
Hey, Cameron, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Cynthia. I'm just trying to figure out the code and make sure it's working.
Well, we're here to help or hack. Okay, let's see what you've done.
I haven't done something right
Well,
because
let's see what you've got.
that's
Those
what I
mine-
get.
You've gotta move minus the text length. Let's see,
Oh, right,
the very bottom.
Yep,
That's your bug.
that's my bug.
That's a bug.
And Junie.
Yeah.
Bug.
Thanks a lot.
You see?
You have such faith.
Well, you can see how easy it is to add a bug here and there.
Okay.
Nope, still not doing
Oh,
it.
Well,
it's
you know
zero
you can-
minus text length.
We're
You've
gonna
got zero minus in the wrong place,
We're gonna copy
but it's cool looking.
Yes, it is.
Do a zoom to fit so we can see the whole thing.
Exactly. Now put text length of spoken words with size 25 where you have spoke words.
And the first time we're gonna use word and the
No,
second.
take
Hold
down
on.
at the
Hold on.
move, in the move.
In the move. Hold on 1 second. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Draw this, right? That's drawing the words, correct?
Yes.
And you
Now
want
go
to be
down
at,
2 blocks
you want to be at 25.
Yeah.
and you want to drag that text length where you have spoke words up there
Okay.
in the green.
Yeah, she's going to change 25 first.
Oh,
Oh, well, maybe she isn't.
I'm trying, but something in my computer decided not to work.
Yeah, of
oh, I
course.
hate it when that happens.
Okay, now it worked.
Okay, so
Now.
get text length. and
Text
put it
length
where
is
spoke
here.
words are,
Move text
That.
length.
and put it in the green, operate. Yep,
I got it.
got it. Yay.
And put that thing instead of hello, put the spoke words.
Right.
So what Bela wanted to do is have every a line spoke and then a word spoke.
Stop.
I know.
So
Oh, yeah, you're telling a people.
everybody else.
We solved
Well,
our.
she's going to have to do a pen down somewhere.
I did a pen down.
What?
I'll
Well,
save
you
it.
see, yeah,
Hold on.
and you're
It
going to.
worked.
Like we did last time.
Yep.
No, you don't have the spokes in
Go there and
between.
do whatever you want.
And,
Oh, you're right.
and you need a pen.
Why don't I pen
Now,
down?
either at the top or at the bottom.
I'm just gonna do a banner thing, because that's how I do it.
I need a pen down over here. That's where I need a pen down.
Yep, exacto.
Remove
Need
pins.
a pen down over here. Let's try it again.
Turn 15 degrees.
Walter, you're on.
Is it a pen down?
What are you trying to do?
Oh, you just move. You have to have it at the top. The pen down is just for the move.
I have it above the move.
No, it'll work, Susan, but
Well,
that isn't. the
I think
button.
I think it's blue and red, which makes sense because it's going back and forth.
Okay,
No?
yep, yeah, this works. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. Now you want to work on something else about this, which is alternating. You wanted to alternate.
No, I wanted the line under the words.
Oh,
Then you don't want pen up. Remove pen up.
Which one? This one?
But after draw text, remove pen up. You don't-
Why?
Because you want a line and you don't want a jump stitch.
So right click and do it, extract.
Right.
That makes it.
Yes, I didn't understand you.
Why
Oops,
didn't it extract?
I don't know.
Because I can't even see what you're doing.
Why not?
I can't see your mouse or whatever.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, try extract. Okay, extract.
Susan, can you see her mouse?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. But this I need to move. Ah, now I see what I'm doing.
Should
There
I
we go.
refresh or maybe I'll refresh?
Okay, you got it.
Reload site.
All right.
Oh,
Now,
no.
the moment of truth. Will it work?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see. Click on it. Yay!
Yay.
You got it.
So should I take out the other pen up also?
you don't need it.
You don't need it. It's fine.
Well, yeah, you want pen down. You don't want any jump stitch.
Okay, Cynthia, if we want to get through stuff, I think we have to move forward.
Okay, it's
So,
your
Stop.
Susan's
Okay.
going to now flash on you the embroidery machine.
Yeah, I'm going to do this quickly so we have time because we spent well, it doesn't matter. We have 10 weeks. We won't get to what we're doing. Okay. All right. So let me go back to my slides. Okay, we already looked at the threads. Now, I'm going to walk you through how the machine works. Some of you know how these digital embroidery machines work, and some of you don't. I have a Brother 600 SE600, but on the side of whatever sewing machine you have, there's likely two things: an on and off rocker switch and a USB drive slot where I put my USB, where I stored my DST file.
Where you used a flash drive.
Yes, a USB drive. Yes, a flash drive, jump drive, thumb drive, whatever you call it. So now you're going to get your fabric hooped. So you have this hoop with two pieces. You're going to need some stabilizer. I buy, because I have a lot of students in my high school, I buy pre-cut stabilizer. I don't cut it myself, but you can. And fabric, I use a linen blend fabric that's a little more, has a little more weight than quilted fabric. So you're going to make like a sandwich. Okay. So you're going to take the middle of the hoop out. You're going to put down your stabilizer. You're going to put down your fabric, and then you're going to put the top of your hoop on. Okay. So we're just going to go through this quickly. So the front of your hoop is going to look like this, and then the back of your hoop is going to look like this, and you can see the stabilizer in there. Stabilizer is used so the fabric doesn't shift around. Then you're going to put the hoop on your machine, okay? There are some little slots there on the left arm, and you click it in. And then most of these machines have a touch screen, and you have to touch. My students do this all the time. They poke at it real quick, but you have to touch it quite firmly. It can be scary to put your hoop in because you sort of have to press down and you're worried about forcing it, but be brave. It will work. Then you're going to, whatever screens you have, you're going to cycle through the screens until you get the embroidery screen. Now, you'll notice on there that on the machine, the button it displayed is red. How do we get it to turn green so we can embroider? That's because you have to put the presser foot down. There's a little lever in there, and you put the presser foot down, and then it will turn green. And you press that button, and the machine begins stitching. Okay. Okay. Now, don't panic if your embroidery looks messy. Look how messy my embroidery looks. All those little threads in there. Almost every turtle stitch design has jump stitches, okay? So even if you don't put them in, they happen. So you're going to need, removing jump stitches is what's called weeding. And two tools that are very helpful are a seam ripper and a pair of small, sharp scissors. And you're going to weed it, and then it's going to look beautiful. Let's see. Oh, so anybody, we're going to go more in depth on this and on the materials next week. But does anybody have any questions right now? Just pop in.
Quick question. When you're using these multicolored threads, do you put that in the bobbin too? Or just in
No, the bobbin thread, unless it's very unusual, I just use a white bobbin thread because it doesn't show on the outside. So I use, and I actually use, if you have classes, I buy pre-wound bobbins. You know, the first set of bobbins I have are pre-wound bobbins, and then I rewind like 20 at a time, because there's nothing more frustrating when you're in the middle of a class. You don't want to have to wind a bobbin. So I get these pre-wound ones. Just make sure you get them for your machine. You can get black. If black is better for you, you can get black pre-wound bobbins. So
I use white.
I use white too, most of the
Susan,
time.
there is a question, and that is, can we recommend an embroidery machine? And it would be nice if you put in the chat where
Yes, I can do that. I'll write something in the chat while you're doing the next part.
Okay, that's the question.
So the next part is we already did the spokes one. You already did the spokes. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing.
And I'm going to share and hope I can find myself. Oof.
Hello.
No. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Am I? See. Oh yeah, I'm logged in. Okay. We want to talk about polygons. And
so make a new
could I just
see what you've
talk,
done.
Susan, please? I'm sorry. I want to talk about what the kind of polygons we're interested in. We're interested in regular polygons, and a regular polygon is one where the sides are the same length and the angles have the same number of degrees. I'm starting with a blank turtle stitch environment, and so would you too make a new environment? You know how to do that. You go up to File and select New. There are two kinds of regular polygons that we're going to focus on. One is called a simple regular polygon, and the other is a star polygon. We are going to look at star polygons next week. For this week, we're going to look at things that you know about already: squares, pentagons, hexagons, heptagons, octagons, nonagons. Okay. Now, I want to make with you a square polygon. So I'm going to pull out a move and a turn. Now, we know about squares, don't we? That what's a good length for the sides? I'm going to make it 100. I don't know if it's a good length. And we also know something that squares have 90-degree angles. And what's interesting about a square is that both the internal and external angles are 90 degrees. I'm going to pull out a reset and an embroidery stitch, and the embroidery stitch I pull out as running stitch. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on these two instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, so I'm going to pull out a repeat and put the repeat around these two and repeat 4 times. So if I reset and click on repeat, it draws a square of side length 4. We could make a design by just trying a usual trick of taking out a turn 15 and then click, click, click. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we have a density warning. Do you remember what that means? It means that the stitches at the center have overlapped one another at an uncomfortable amount. And so the system warns us. And that means that if we were using a machine, either the thread would be breaking, the needle might break, or just things would get stuck. So do you remember what I did last time? Well, I took out from the motion palette a move and stuck it under the turn. And I could move like 1 step or 2 steps. Let's see what happens. Reset. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting tired of that clicking. So I'm going to pull out another repeat. And I'm also going to do this. We know that 360 degrees is a full circle of turns. And I want to I don't know how many turns, but it's 15 degrees. So now I'm going to reset. Okay, so I could try making a smaller move, but it doesn't matter. We can play with that. In this particular example, or maybe it does. I'll show you. If I do half of one, might like that look better. I don't know. You can play around. But what I'd like to do now is, now that we know how to make a square, and I want to use it in different ways, I'm going to make it a block. And the way we make blocks is we'll hold the right mouse button down, and a menu pops up, and I'm going to select make a block. And the the command is high, and now I have a choice of where this block is to be housed, whether with the motion palette, any of the others. I like putting it in the motion palette. So I'm going to call this, now I name it square. And say, okay, we haven't, once I do that, the block editor opens up. There's the name of the block we're making. And I could drag in this repeat. But one of the things I want to be able to do is to have to tell Square what size I want it to make. So if I click on this plus sign, it lets me name an input, and I'm going to call it size. I have a tendency to do that. Oh, and I'm sorry, my system is quite a mess. It normally pops up with a smaller type, and I forget how to fix it. Sorry, but I'll remember. Here, we just put that on size.
Cynthia, would you be able to just repeat that input bit where it came from?
Yes, you know,
Sorry.
the problem is it shouldn't have done that. Let me see if I can.
Thank you.
Here, I don't want the long form. That's the problem. If you get that discussed, I'm going to do the whole thing again. I'm going to delete square. Okay? The block definition, it's gone. So I have to do it all over again. This time, I'm going to have to go here and drag a move and a turn. And I know the turn is going to be 90 degrees, so I'm going to put that there. I don't know what the move is going to be. And here's a repeat. I know it's going to be 4, so I can stick this in here like that. There's no reason for me to do it ahead of time. I just felt like it. Okay. Motion, square. Okay. And now I can drag this. If I wanted to keep it on the in the coding area, I could, and then I could make a duplicate of it, stick it there. Okay. And now when I click on this plus sign, this is the right thing. It opens up to create an input name. And I could think of any name, but as I said, I choose size. And say, okay, and there it is. And there are an infinite number of these. Okay, I only need 1. So I could leave those, they don't hurt anybody, or I could clean up and throw them away. Notice to throw them away, I have to put them in the palette area. Okay, now, if I scroll down in the motion palette, there's square, and I pull it out. What's a good number for square? What size do I want? Well, I could try 100. I could make it 67. How's that? I could make it any size. I could make it 10, and you barely see it. Have to get the turtle out of the way to see it. I could, of course, I could turn the turtle and make this mess here, right? But I'm better off making this bigger. And since you're not giving me good numbers, I have to do it myself, you see. Okay. And now I'm going to get that error message. You see, that error message usually happens when 15 threads are placed layered one on top of the other. So what I want to do with you is have you play around with making designs with. So could we have a 5-minute tinkering time where you turn the turtle and move the turtle and make a row?
Time it.
Excuse me?
I'll time it.
Okay.
You might want to show them how to fix that density warning.
I did. Oh, show them again. I already did.
Oh, okay.
But I will show them again. Here, this is the fix. I think if I, oh, look at this. See how easy it is to make these lovely designs. What happens if I make another one? I'm going to try 200. Oh, see, that's too big. And I'd have to move more. But the 200 is too big for this design. So that's something I learned. So 150 is probably okay. Oh, yeah. 170. Let's see if that's okay. Yeah. That's nice. Now, I bet if I make one more, I'm going to get the error. So, yep. And the way around that is to move a bigger number, I think. Let's try 2. Huh. I don't know how well that, even though it doesn't complain how well that will be on my machine. But I like these designs. So I hope Susan, is that okay?
Yeah, looks good. Do you want me to try and print it out?
Would you like to?
Well, maybe somebody else has a design. Has anybody
Yeah, maybe
made a
somebody,
design they like?
I should stop sharing, Susan.
Okay, stop sharing and let's see if somebody else wants to share. Does anybody have a design that they like or that they're stuck with?
Or they want to share even if they don't like it? We might. Sue, you haven't said a word today. Emma, what do you have?
I'm still working on my square at the moment.
Good, good.
I've just got a little lost on my input, like I'm just doing it. So I'm still working on my square.
Okay. Ah, Do you want this? Do you want Susan to print it?
No, I actually have capabilities to do it here.
Nice.
It's kinda
Whoa,
simple.
what's it doing? How come it's doing
It's
that?
1,000 times.
Oh, that's because it's 360 divided by 5 instead of 360 divided by 15, Sue.
Yeah, I knew that.
Well,
I
now
use
Sue,
bugs like
that
that.
would be okay, except then we have to do the change something. We have to change something.
Yeah. All right, well, we got it. Yeah, I've been hanging out. I've been listening.
Do you want-
Okay,
Do you want Susan to print it for you?
No, I can do it from here. Thank you.
good. Okay, Cynthia, we need to go on. We have about 10 minutes left. Let's do polygons. General polygons.
Oh, okay. I've got to okay. Okay. I'm glad they see my application. Okay, I'm going to zap the screen. And I'm going to move this stuff away. I can keep it, but I'm going to move it down somewhere out of the way. I want to edit the square. I want to make a polygon, a general, simple polygon. This is like a polygon, except it's only for squares. So I'm going to make a new block. And I'm going to call it polygon. And I'm going to have it take a size. And I want one other input. And that's the number of sides. So let's try. So number, I could just put sides, but I think on this case, I will just put number of sides. Okay. And I'm going to take this and stick it in there. And I'm going to cancel square. It's done its job for us. Size works. Number of sides. Now we're going to turn 360 divided by the number of sides. So I'm going to stick here a divide, put 360 here, and number of sides. Do you follow that so far? I hope so. So let's try it. Okay. And I now have to go to motion because that's where
Do you
I
want us to slow down?
could slow down,
Okay,
but you told me we only have 10. I'm going to show them and then I'll go over it.
okay.
Square 100. Oh, where's, okay, here. Oh, gosh. Okay, square 100. How can we get polygon to do exactly that? We know the size is going to be 100. And how many sides does a square have? Thank you for your response. It has 4. So now I'm going to run it and see if it traces over. Beautiful. Now I can erase that and see. Okay, so that works for square. How many sides in a pentagon? 25. Is that right?
Oh, 5.
5 in a pentagon. Oh, penta means 5 and gon is a object. Well, that worked. That's nice. Okay, so let's see what the code is. I'm going to open the code for you to see. I can even pull it out. Here's the thing, cancel. You see, when I cancel, it's there. Okay, I can drag that stuff out and it's there. So in fact, what I could have done is make a couple of variables. Size and number of sides. Very confusing pronunciations. So I could say here, size, and then here, number of sides. So what if I make the number of sides 6 and the size 50? I'm going to erase what's there. Do you see this? Repeat the number of sides. That's what I'm going to, it's going to repeat whatever is inside repeat 6 times. And if you want to not know what that means, I'm going to put a 1 here. So now 1, whoops, what did it do?
The number of sides can't be 1, Cynthia.
Oh, okay, I'll take it out of the repeat. Is that better? Oh, here's the problem.
Number of sides to 1.
Yep. Yep. Okay. I can't demonstrate what I wanted to in the way I wanted to. It's a bug. I have to do it this way. Sorry. I could just do this. 1. It's still doing it. I spelled this wrong. Oh, I want to apologize. I did this before when I was playing around. My typing, I have to change.
Number or sides.
It's a typo I've had before.
But it will happen to you.
It will happen to you, and that's what you have to do. And now all the things I tried to show you, I could show you. That wasn't the problem. Whoops. If you throw something away, do you see what happened? You can press on this left arrow and it comes back. See, I accidentally threw it away and now I got it restored. So I don't know if you followed any of this, but now it works. And does that help you understand what Polygon is doing? Now I'm going to make this 6. Thank you for echoing. 7.
They're shy, Cynthia.
8. 9. And so on.
Kids love doing this.
So I think I'm going to show you a couple of beautiful things, and then it's up to you. I'm going to throw this away. I'm going to throw everything away except Polygon. Whoops. Polygon.
You've stopped sharing, Cynthia.
What?
You stopped sharing.
I know. My thing says I'm still sharing.
Yeah, it says here, is anybody else not seeing Cynthia sharing?
I still see it.
I still see it.
Well, you know what? I can stop share and start again, but
Yeah, do that, just in case.
stop sharing because it'll be easy for me to set up. Otherwise, I wouldn't volunteer.
Okay,
And you see,
Leslie and Ellen,
can you
E-L,
see it now? I'm
Yeah.
going to make a 6-sided polygon. I love. And what I'm going to do is turn it 360 divided by 6. Whoop, I don't want you square. Is that not beautiful? Yes, say yes.
It's beautiful, Cynthia.
Thank you. And now on top of that,
Yes, Sue and Ellen say
look,
yes.
isn't
Ooh.
that beautiful?
Oh, wow. You just changed the size of it, Cynthia? I wasn't watching.
I didn't want you to see my secret.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Is okay, folks. It's tinkering time. See, this is too big and it gets a density warning because I've run it so many times. And you know how to fix density warnings. You put a move in. You move in. That's what you do.
Make it like, yeah.
So try it. I'll click on the running stitch. See, that 150 is too big in this design. So I'll stay with, let's make it 120. Yeah, 120 is just on the limit, on the border. So then if I made it smaller, like 100, whoa. But if I made it 60, then I get this. Oh, that's great. The density warning, so I have to make it bigger. Anyway, I can fool around with this for an hour or two. Even though I've played with this is a new design for me. And I sort of like it. Let's try, I guess I have to go up to 1 or 2, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to keep playing. Oh, that's even different. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that's nice. Huh. What do you think, Susan?
I like it.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how easy it is to make a different design. So that's today. We've done it, Susan.
We finished?
Yeah. We'd
Okay,
like,
well, let's give them, I put in
I'm
the
going to stop sharing so
a
I can
little
see
time
what
to
they
think.
do. I want to see what they make.
Yes. And we'll have to get to embroidery next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't finish. Yeah. Okay. But I think it's nice we can start with, oh, that's beautiful. How'd you do that one? And you didn't get and see, for her, oh, she moved.
Oh my gosh, whose is that?
Sue.
Sue, it's beautiful. Wow. Wow.
It's amazing. See what you can do with like 8 sides, an octagon. It's just really amazing to me.
Okay, it says that Elaine says that that Sophia is overwhelmed. So I'm going to open her project and let's see.
She's been okay so far.
Yeah, this is her project.
Do you want to share
I
it?
think she didn't do her polygon.
Did you want to share it? Oh, okay.
Oh, I have to share my screen for you to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so first thing here, I'm going to pull out square and open it up. You're going to make a polygon. Did you get that far, Sophia? Yes? No? Well, I'm going to make one so that you can see again.
It's very small, Susan.
Is it? Okay, I'll move it up. Okay, let's move this over.
No, I don't mean that. No, I mean the text. Yeah, that's better. Yep.
So here's our block. So I'm going to duplicate this and put it in our polygon block.
And then close up this.
And I'm going to close this one up. Okay. So all I've done is made a polygon block and I put the square in it. Okay. So we're going to make some inputs, and input is size of whatever it is. And I'm going to do a little trick for you. I'm going to show you the title text. Okay. And then number.
Or you can just call it sides if you want. No, no.
Did I do it wrong? Okay.
Would you make it bigger, please? Make the text, the block editor bigger, please.
Okay, there you go.
You see what you did? You forgot to click on
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
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 So for size, we're going to move size steps and we're going to repeat it, the number of sides. And then we're going to go, and the number of degrees is going to be 360 divided by the number of sides. So now we've got a polygon block, and it should be, it's going to look a little different. Oops, polygon. What happened?
Well, edit it. There's a bug, so we'll fix it.
In polygon block.
I think you clicked on cancel. Ha I'm sorry. That's a bug that we all do too. You think it was in the right place, but it wasn't. Click on title. Click on title text. Yep. Okay. Make this thing bigger, Susan.
Yes, I know.
You can just make it longer. You don't have to. Oh, well. Anyway. Yep. You can just do it, yeah, by hand, so to speak. And then drag in a turn.
Okay. Okay, so
There it is.
here that's different is I have labels on them because I'm forgetful and I forget what goes where. So now,
Yeah,
well, let's try this first. Okay, let's
that's
get
what I mean. Try just the poly,
the square.
try it with a size 68.
And how many sides, Cynthia?
I want 7.
7 sides. Okay, we're gonna put that in here.
No, just run it by itself.
Kind of by itself. Yay.
Okay,
Oh, I didn't hit reset.
okay. Okay, so that works.
Now, how many turns should, oh, no, we're not gonna do this. Yes.
You can put it in and change repeat to 7 and put the 360 into the turn. Put 360 divided by into turn, Susan. And put 7 as the divisor.
Gonna
Yep.
make it nice and even. And how about if
Okay,
I
now
do
try it.
0.5? I'm
Try
gonna
it.
do 0.5 here.
Oh, for
That's pretty.
that's lovely.
Okay, so let's make it, let's use your
Repeat it
check,
more.
make it 50 and see what happens.
Ooh,
And now let's try 25.
okay.
Okay. Okay, so you get the idea, I hope. Sophia, I hope you get the idea.
Is this better, Sophia? Thank you for responding. I can't hear.
Okay, so we're going to stop. Oh, export designs to Sue asked, she's tried to just export designs to a 3D printer. It does work, but you need to add an offset to the design. You can do it in Inkscape. I've just, oh, what's the difference between title and input? Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. That's a really great question.
And that's why I don't introduce it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you look at square, yeah, it may have been a mistake. If you look at square, you can see that square doesn't have a label for the input. The title is a label for the input. You can see polygon. It says, oh, size goes in this block and number of sides goes in this block. Hope that answers your question. Okay, Sue has a question about exporting this to 3D printing. So of course this is 2D, Sue, but if you export it as an SVG, it works, it actually works pretty well. Then you just have to, if you throw it into Inkscape, you just have to do what's the word? It's under object. It's
Well, she says she has to add an offset.
yeah. I don't know what she means by offset, but if it is the width, the fill and stroke, yes, you do have to add fill and stroke.
And then you need to, if on the 3D printer, you need to extrude the pattern probably.
Yeah. So I think we're going to stop here. Does anybody have anything to share before we go? No, no shares. So, is there any feedback? How did we do this week? Is
Susan,
there-
Sophia has a question about how she can get to what you were doing.
Oh,
Tell
okay,
her.
what I'm going to do is save this. I'm going to save it and you'll be able to find it in the,
Save it as Sophia's or something.
yeah, I'll save it as Sophia Polygon. Okay. So look for Sophia Polygon and it'll probably be one of the newest. Okay, so any feedback? Is there anything we could have done better this week? Anything we should change up? No, they don't have any. So next week we're going to do spirals. And we're also going to do some things about embroidery stitches and how to change them.
Yeah, we'll do what we didn't do this time. We'll play around with the embroidery stitches.
Yeah. Leslie, thank you. Yes, we work really hard on the written handout. So if you missed something, you can go through the link to the Google Doc for this week and see. This week I'll make a folder that I'll link all of you to a Tea Sippers folder, and then you'll be able to find everything in one place. I hope you had a good day today.
Oh, Walter, I have to pick up the things from you sometime. Ed, I like what you're doing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is my turtle art t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you got a turtle art
No, it
t-shirt.
isn't. It isn't my turtle art. I do have a turtle art. This one isn't. Fake. Hey, Elaine, how was it? I can't hear you.
You have to unmute. Okay. Oh, I should